Well, hello there. How are you? I hope I'm ready here. I hope I've got everything I'm going to need. I've already prepped my face with this Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Mentholated Ice Scentless Pre-Shave Soap and Lather Booster Travel Stick. I don't see them advertise this very much, but it's pretty good stuff. It's not the kind that has a charcoal in it or anything, but it's got some other very nice ingredients. My razor today is going to be one I haven't used in a minute. This three-piece, mostly Bakelite Clix razor with a metal cap, and the paint has come off the metal cap over the years. In there, I don't have the envelope for it or whatever. Maybe I can put a picture up here. I've got a Sputnik blade on its second use, and I've had really good luck with those. I thought I had more of them, but I must not have one or a tuck of them to show you. But let's see what else. Oh, my soap is going to be this Dendi Aqua soap with the blue label and sort of the barber pole ring around the label there. And my brush, which I've already kind of lathered up, I hope this works. I got lather down in the bristles anyway. It's good for those little tins like that and little tubs. It's a Vie-Long horsehair brush with the butterscotch handle. I've got some warm water in the sink here. I'm going to just wet the tips of that. I hope this makes a good lather. The soap is okay, but it's my lathering that occasionally is not the best in the West. But, well, let's see what we can do. And I hope you're all doing well out there this week. And always. That soap smells nice. I'm gonna wet the bristles a little bit more, I should say. Let's see. Just having a nice little lather. Getting myself into a lather. Might be a little pasty by some people's standards, but better than those really thin lathers I used to get when I started this channel on those videos that I ended up erasing for various reasons. Back in the days when I had no real editing abilities, or at least no editing app. Everything was kind of raw, bare bones. Yeah, not too bad. And even when I used to get really thin little lathers that some people were complaining about, or at least mentioning, even then, most of the soaps I used were so nice and slick. They were either super slick or they at least had an adequate amount of slickness to give me pretty good shaves even back then. Okay, I'm going to wet this razor. I'm going to go ahead and let the water out of this sink. And, excuse me, yeah. I did wash the sink the other night. I think it should be okay. I don't know. That is to say, I don't think it's filthy. Pass number one with the grain. And, yeah, it seemed like I had a lot of things I wanted to talk about. Well, one of them, I guess I'll go ahead and show you this other thing. I got one of these and some barbicide in a mail call recently. I posted that mail call photo in a bunch of all the Facebook groups to which I belong, I guess. The shaving groups, anyway. And there were some people referring to a video from Razor Emporium where the guy was saying, don't use vinegar, don't use this, that, or the other thing on your razors, don't use barbicide, it'll corrode your razors. No, it won't. I can't speak for vinegar or anything like that, but barbicide is an anti-rust formula, and just don't leave your razors in it for days and days and days. Although I have done that, no corrosion, no problem. No stripping of whatever. And if you're that worried about water, because they're saying Barbicide is like 95% water. Well, yeah, but if you're that worried about water, don't shave with water, just dry shave. You know, you're going to get water on your razors. Unless you've got a collection of real pretty, real expensive razors that you just don't use or are afraid to use. The same way some people, you know, buy or put together real expensive cars and never or hardly ever drive them. I was at a garage sale where somebody in their garage had an old Model A Ford, and the lady there said that her husband and her used to just drive that in parades around town. So I don't know. I'm going to rinse the razor now. Not a really strong smelling soap, but a refreshing, nice scent. I'd give it, for scent strength, about a 3 or 4 out of 5. And I think the scent builds a little bit too. The necessity room is beginning to smell very nice. I knew somebody once that called this room of a home the necessity room, so I'm sticking with that. Okay, up above the upper lip here. Nice feeling shave so far. I almost always have good luck with this razor with almost any blade in it. This is a fairly mild razor, but it's closer to standard aggression than some. Oops, could cut my nose if I'm not careful there. There, I did it again. God, I'm going to end up with I got a little weeper there. It's just an accident. I don't know if that's a bad habit of mine. It'll be okay. Some cold water. And you may not even be able to see it, or just barely, but I gotta be more careful. I'm gonna rinse again. Looking at that nose again. Every once in a blue moon, I cut my nose right in there somewhere. Anyway, what I was going to say was, I tried a feather blade in this razor once, and I found that this for me, this razor was just aggressive enough that a feather blade would bite me in it. So I'm not going to use one of those in this razor again, although they work really well for me in the 2 feathered razors I have. Well, I've only used it in one. The popular razor, the Feather Popular, works real good in. And I think on the lower setting of the 2-setting feather adjustable, that for me a feather blade would be just fine in those. Because we're talking about very mild aggressiveness there. And also, oddly enough, in my King C Gillette, that's a very mild razor. And a feather blade just goes with that swimmingly. Very nice. I feel really stupid when I do these dumb little mistakes on camera. If I do them on my own time, so to speak, I don't mind as much. There's still a little red spot there. I think some cold water will eventually take care of that. Pass number 1's done. Excuse me. I'm going to go for pass number 2 now. I'll lather again off camera, and that will be across the grain. I believe I'm ready for the across the grain pass number 2 here. Let's see what else. Garden's still looking okay. I've had more compliments on it. But otherwise, except for a new mum's plant, which is already blooming because it was force bloomed in a greenhouse, kind of an orange yellowish color. Other than that, there's not really anything new. About a month ago, one of my neighbors put his pineapple plants out there, but having them in the sun didn't seem to do anything good for them, so he took them back in, so you didn't get to see those. I was going to put them in a video or something at some point, but it seemed like they were turning brown out there. They were in big pots. Okay, rinse tone. In this video, I'm doing it on Friday. I usually do it on Saturday, and there were a couple of weeks in a row there that I either wasn't feeling well or was so exhausted that I ended up waiting till Sunday to do this video, and then it usually goes up early the next day in most places after I edit it and so forth. Got some pretty cool stuff in the mail, other things besides my little Razor Bright bath that I want to feature on the channel here in coming weeks, all things being equal. Okay. I remember when I had my friend Dave in here, the voice of Agent Maxine, his little dog puppet, I was using a plastic razor, and I also cut myself here, only worse. It was kind of embarrassing, but I just kept going. That was the one where I was shaving, talking to a puppet, and there was a guy in the background playing a keyboard and singing. That's shave number 23, which I still have up. 23 in Roman numerals, volume 2, shave 23, I believe it was. It's the one where I'm using the little thing of Gillette lime. It's like a real tiny little tube of it. Excuse me. Okay, still doing okay on time, I hope. No, I need to shut up and shave. I once jokingly said that'd be a nice alternate title for this channel, Shut Up and Shave. There was a song by, who was it? Arcadia, I think, which had, it was one of those kind of groups. It was kind of a one-off. Had the lead singer of Duran Duran in it. And there's this, one of their hit songs, or maybe their only hit song off of it. It sounded like he was saying, "Shut up and pray," but that may not have been what he was saying. And then in a TV production class that a friend and I were in, they had him working the character generator, which was the thing in the video room that put words and titles up on the screen, and we were just kind of doing a mock TV show at that time, and he named it Shut Up and Pray. It's kind of funny. Okay, I'm going to relather off camera, and we'll come back for the third pass against the grain. Okay, it's going to be pass number 3 here against the grain, and I'm going to show you this. This is kind of my team in college football here. One of my teams. I have 1 or 2 others that I like, and several that I may not like, but I respect distantly. And anyway, I think they may be playing tomorrow. I don't even know the time or who they're playing. They've had for the past, this is the 4th season, I guess, of Scott Frost and the Huskers, and he did wonders in a couple of years at Florida Central University, but is not done as well here. And then the pandemic didn't help either. That didn't help anybody. It's still going on, and I tell you, I've been bad, because I'm not against getting vaccinated in any way, but I haven't done it yet. And then when I did finally call, they told me to wait a couple of weeks because they were vaccinating younger people for 2 weeks. Although I've now been told that Walmart will take you without an appointment and vaccinate you, which is kind of a funny thought when you really think about it. I got vaccinated at Walmart, and I got my law degree at Costco to steal, or at least to refer to a line in the movie Idiocracy, which I really like. I'm pretty chatty today, aren't I? Well, this is kind of more like one of your classic conversational shaving episodes, I guess. Episode might be right. Don had an episode and had to go into treatment. And I think I will be forthright about something. I've gone back to seeing a counselor, and it makes me feel a lot better. And this counselor, she is particularly good. Because I've had some moments where I was not myself, to put it nicely. About every year or 2, something happens that throws me off my nut, so to speak. And this time, at least, there was nothing internet related because, well, I still don't like being trolled, but when I am being trolled, I usually have a slightly better sense of humor about it than I used to. I've even had people that I think generally like me troll me over politics or shaving or something stupid. Well, not that politics and shaving are stupid, but people sitting behind their computer or with their smartphone or whatever device, their tablet, sitting at home laughing at how triggered they got me. Okay. I probably won't do it, but I've been tempted to put one of my shave of the day photos on, post it in one of the Twilight Zone groups to which I belong, the original Twilight Zone from the early 60s, late 50s. Because this kind of shaving is old-timey and might appear to some people to be something out of the Twilight Zone. Okay, I'll be right back and it'll be pickup time. Okay, is everybody ready? Here's the magical clock and it is pickup time. Thank you, magical clock. Alright. Still kind of watching the time here because I get so chatty, but I don't want to go over 30 minutes. I think the ideal length for a YouTube video is supposed to be only 10 minutes, but I just, unless I got to get out the door in a big hurry, I cannot shave in 10 minutes. Although you give me a can of goo and a cartridge, or especially a good disposable razor, assuming there is such a thing, and I can shave in like 5 minutes and be out the door and I'll look presentable. And that's about it. But lately I don't really go anywhere that I have to be terribly presentable. Sometimes I don't know why, I'm not on anything I shouldn't be, but sometimes I'll like shave in the middle of the night and go out front on one of the smoking benches, sit there, and I'll just be the best smelling bald man in town who's up at 2:30 in the morning. I'm gonna rinse this and go over my face one more time. Okay, let's see. This is not bad over here. I got a trouble spot over here, but it feels like I have very little left to do to it. And without really saying it, in my mind, I kind of predicted that this would be a good shave because this little razor has kind of been a go-to razor for me. And you might say, well, what's so special about it? Well, I'm not sure I can articulate what's so special about it. Maybe just the right aggressiveness for me. With most, where most any halfway decent blade will give me a good shave. Now, unless I really try to gild the lily too much here. Oh yeah, this is like BBS, guys and gals. And still hear a little bit of audio feedback there, but it feels just wonderful. And I'm sure the soap isn't hurting at all. Okay, I'll be right back with Mr. Towel. Here he is, star of stage, screen, and etc. Mr. Towel. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. The towel shouldn't feel so good, but after a shave, after a really nice shave especially, oh yeah. Oh. So, yeah, there he is once again, the freshly laundered but still humble Mr. Towel. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Towel. Now I'll begin a brief recap and put the finishing touches on the shave here. And, well, off camera, I prep my face with this PAA Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Mentholated Ice Pre-Shave Travel Stick. Sorry, very nice stuff. My razor has been this 3-piece, mostly Bakelite Clix razor with the metal cap. In there, on its second use, was a Sputnik blade, which I really enjoyed. My brush has been this Vie-Long, kind of a tiny little horsehair brush. And now I better show you the soap before I forget. Very nice stuff. From Serbia, I believe it is. Dendi Aqua with the blue label. There you go. Okay. Now I'm going to apply some of this, the Dickinson's Witch Hazel. Almost out of this, but I did manage to get another bottle of this at Walmart. Okay, let's see. Here we go. There is alcohol in this, so there'll be a little bit of sting, not too much. 14% alcohol by volume. And I'll try to get it on the eyelids, but not in the eyes. Especially don't want to get alcohol in your eyes. It wouldn't feel good. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, that feels good. All right, wipe my hands off there. Let's see, how am I doing on time? Okay, but I gotta hurry. Dickinson's Witch Hazel, okay. Now something new that came in the mail yesterday, new to me, probably not to a lot of you. Good old British Sterling aftershave. Yeah, very nice. I'll shake that up a little bit. Take the cap off and put a little, oh, whoa. It doesn't have a restrictor on it to speak of. A whole bunch of it came out in my hands, but that's okay. Put some on the wrists. It could have been a lot worse. I gotta recap that and make sure I don't drop it. It's a nice little glass bottle. Ooh, yeah. A lot of sting, but lovely scent. Ooh, put that all over the game day shirt here or whatever. And there's that again, British Sterling aftershave. Finally, something I don't use that often. I have the balm, but this is the cream, the Arko Men Cool cream. This is a little bit thicker than the balm. And I think that right there will be plenty. Get that going in my hands here. Got some neighbors on the other side of the wall, and they're probably going, what the fuck? Who's he talking to in there? No, most of my neighbors are pretty nice and understanding. And hopefully not long suffering if they have to live next to or near me. Let's see. Try to get this on my eyelids again without getting any in my eyes. I never used to do that thing around the eyes and the forehead, but I saw Paul H. do it, and I'm like, well, if he can do it, I can, and maybe I should. Okay, that's it. I gotta go. I hear somebody knocking. That could be at my door, so peace out. Hopefully we'll see you back here next week.